Hey you guys, welcome to another episode of SlumDog Gaming. This video has been requested quite a few times, so I got my PS4 up and going for the Elgato, so I'm going to play Doom 2016. All of you know how much of a big Doom fan I am, so I'm going to talk about the game a little bit and just move along and kick ass and take names. So what is my thought on Doom 2016? Well, I like it. I mean, it reminds me a lot of the original game. It's definitely like a running, gunning, lots of heavy metal, lots of blood, gore, and all that kind of stuff. Get straight to the point. Not very much story or anything like that. It's just more or less in your face, balls to the wall action. A lot like the original Doom, which I really liked, but what I don't like is that the zombie soldiers are not in this. Like the shotgun guy, the heavy weapons dude, and the regular zombie guys are not in this, which I was a little bit disappointed over that. And the zombie guys that they have in this, it's not very impressive to me. I wasn't all very happy about what they did with that. And I know that the original its software staff are not involved in this. I'm not 100% if they put their word in on what can or can't be done. This is more or less a game done by a bunch of different programmers that wanted to stick with the original idea but just update it and make it more hellish and creepy, more mind-blowing. But it's more or less Doom 1993 but just highly updated. I like all the guns, you know, I don't mind them. I mean, I'd say my favorite gun is this cannon right here. This is pretty much a one-shot, one-kill type of deal. And the gun that I use the least is probably the plasma rifle. I'm not a very big fan of it. It didn't do very much justice in this one compared to, like, Doom 3. The plasma gun was actually one of the top guns that I used a lot when I had the chance, when I had that. Trying to figure out the controls in here. Ah, there we go. There we go, that helps. I like the level design and everything with this. I mean, I was thinking fairly positive when I was playing through this. This was the first game that I got from my PS4, and I don't really have that many complaints about this game at all. I find it to be very entertaining, and you know, the gore and everything is top notch. Maybe it's just me being such a huge fan of the original that I judge this game a little bit too much, but I did do I played this game for like a full 3 days and beat it really quickly, but still thoroughly enjoyed it, and I wanted to get all the unlockables as much as possible. I enjoyed the fact that you can get secret levels, which were basically classic levels from Doom 1 and Doom 2, but just with, like, you have the graphics of this game are in it, and the monsters of this game are in it, except for the levels. They're all just retro done. I thought that was really cool. I mean, there really isn't much to be said here that hasn't already been said. I mean, I can't really give too much more what I can say that already hasn't been said, except for just, I mean, I like that you do kind of like quad damage and all that. That's really cool that they did that. I mean, if I have to come down on anything else, it has to be the glory kills. I'm not a big fan on that very much. It's extremely repetitive. I'm not going to give it too much shit because they wanted to up the gore factor and have a more or less a another meaning to the game besides just shooting everything until it dies. And I'm pretty much lost in this level. It's been, I think it's been about 6 months or 5 months since I've played this game. Am I going all the way around? I can't remember. Oh yeah, there is a map. Duh. Let's see here. And the map is actually pretty useful in this compared to the original Doom, which was just a pixelated fucking mess. And the walls in the map in the first original games would change color when indicating that you already been around that area or anything like that. And it also helped too that the bodies stayed in place after you killed them. But obviously, due to the graphic engine with this game, ordered like if you kept all the bodies in the game, you know, it runs slower. So it's understandable that it disappears, but the map is definitely fairly helpful for what it is. Let's see what else. And they call him the Doom Slayer now, and not Doom Guy. I'll still stick with Doom Guy. I don't really care. One of the main things that have always been said since this game was released was that you're not stuck in, or you're not trapped in hell with the demons. The demons are trapped in hell with you. And that was a pretty good way to express the tone of this game. It makes the player feel more like a badass, if you ask me, which I thought that was really cool. Like, as you can tell right here, this is the Mancubus. And I think there's 3 different kinds of Mancubus in this game. You know, it ups the challenge. And you got the Hell Knight, the Baron of Hell, the Revelant, the Keiko Demon, which still looks like a floating golf ball pretty much, but still looks fairly menacing for what it is. You have the imps, you have the pinkies. The pinkies, I think, are the hardest in this game to face. They seem to be a lot more threatening than any of the other creatures. Even the Baron of Hell was kind of a disappointment when it came to facing him. I'm not going to be too cocky about that because he still can definitely be a challenge when you have a bunch of other demons and stuff facing you at one time with him. You know, your health can go down extremely quickly. What other... They had a couple of other new enemies in this, and I didn't mind the new enemies too much, but it seemed like they were really pulling from their asses when it came to making some of the enemies that are more annoying than they are joyful to fight. Kind of like the chain gunners from like Doom 2 and Final Doom. Especially in Final Doom, you'd have chain gunners and revelants all over the place just to make it more challenging, not joyful at all. And that's what it felt like with the new enemies in this. They were just more annoying than anything. The music is good too. I can definitely say that I thoroughly enjoyed the music in this. I mean, it's not gonna make me want to buy the soundtrack or anything, but I did thoroughly enjoy the heavy metal in it. When it kicked in, you knew it was time to kick ass. So my final thoughts on Doom 2016. Well, I like it. I just can't wait for Doom Eternal to come out. That looks badass. You have the Zombie Man, the Shotgunners, all that. You have the Arachnotron. You have... Ooh, I can't think of any of the other classic enemies coming back. Oh, I think they have the guys that shoot out Lost Souls. Can't think of their name right away, but they're going to be in it. And I was pretty excited to hear about that too, even though it'd probably be annoying as hell to face them. But I'm thoroughly looking forward to the new Doom game coming out. And as from what I've heard about Resident Evil 2 2019, it's been out, and everybody's been loving that. So it looks like 2019 is going to be a good year for video games, so we're just going to have to hope for the best and just go from there. Anyways, this is my video on Doom 2016. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and this is SlumDog Gaming, signing out.